listeners, welcome to MHT webinar. यहाँ पे we are going to be talking about something which is very relevant in today's time. हम बात करने वाले हैं about the pandemic, how it has affected our mental health, how India is coping with the pandemic in relation to mental health. And इसके लिए आज हम तीनों, the MHT team has come up to tell you a little bit about how MHT can help. क्या resources हमारे पास जो आपको help कर सकते हैं, क्या हो रहा है अभी mental health के field में, and how you can keep up to date about what is happening. तो सबसे पहले मेरा नाम राजिका है. I am one of the co-founders here and I work with MHT for quite some time. I am a practicing REBT psychologist and my profile is here in the link if you guys are interested in reading a little bit about me.
I'm Havisha and I have been associated as content director with MHT and again working with MHT for quite some time. And I'm also a REBT therapist. I'm a special educator and working with schools, teachers, and mainly kids. That's my population. Yes, I do take adult therapy as well. Feel free to reach out and, again, read about us in the link provided. Over to you, Seema.
Hi guys, I'm Seema and I'm also one of the founding partners here at MHT. And it's been quite some time since we've been working together as a team. I also work as a researcher as well as a counselor, so you can find our details in the post below. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So now that you know a little bit about us, and I'm hoping that you already know a little bit about us because you've seen us in multiple places. I think we should start this discussion where all of us are just going to be, giving our professional insights about, okay, let's start with Seema then. So Seema, do you think there is a link between mental health and the pandemic that is happening? Is there a link between the two?
Yeah, that's a very good question, and I think so. There is a link that all of us can observe. It's the sociological factors that has changed dynamically from first wave and now even to second wave. We are living in a lockdown situation, which I don't think so. A lot of us has experienced it in such a long time. Plus, the second wave definitely has come with a lot of grief and loss. Everybody is associating with some kind of grief, some kind of loss in their way. So that again, affect our mental health. All these factors are very imperative to our development, happiness, and all kind of feelings that we used to feel on a regular basis before the pandemic. So that's a major link. We are living in a transition, and these are some of the factors that are affecting mental health for sure for a lot of people, children, adults, elderly, and these are definitely difficult times in that way. And there are other factors as well. Financially, people are not the same that they were before the pandemic, and that is also a transition of its own kind, and definitely it has effect on mental health. And so yeah, I think so these are some things that definitely link to our mental health, and people should in some way acknowledge it because it helps us process also through this period. So I think so that is an important point I would like to say here.
That's right. You rightly said, बहुत ज़्यादा problems, बहुत ज़्यादा difficulties अभी उभर के आई हैं during, especially the second wave that has, captured us. So इसमें Havisha, do you think there is something very specific to children? How do you think children are coping? Because, adults can yet they understand what is happening. They understand the situation they are in. Yeah. They understand कि pandemic क्या है, lockdown क्या है, grief, loss, all these emotions, they are, they've been through them. They know what they are. So comparatively, it will be little easier for them to handle than for children. So what do you think about children, the population of children? How are they coping? What are they going through during this pandemic?
I think now, if I have to say, during the second wave, they have become very numb towards everything that's happening right now, because they are like, we don't know कब क्या सही होने वाला है, अब कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, छोड़ दो. They have become like that, and that's affecting their mental health because all of that joy, excitement, which you see in children, the curiosity, inquisitiveness, all of that is gone. And the first wave, when it started, I remember taking classes and children saying that, "Ma'am, कब खुलेगा school? कब हम अपने friends से मिलेंगे? कब हम बाहर cycle, लेके जा पाएंगे? कब हम friends से मिल पाएंगे society में? कुछ खेल कूद नहीं सकते हैं, कुछ नहीं हो रहा है." So their physical activity, their motivation, which keeps them throughout the day, has हम reinforcement में क्या देते हैं बच्चों को कि ठीक है तुम 1 घंटा पढ़ाई कर लो, फिर हम तुम्हें नीचे जाने देंगे खेलने के लिए. That's what we give as reinforcement, but that all of that is taken away from them. Moreover, so much of screen time, connecting with friends only through screen, studying only through screen. Reinforcement में क्या, ठीक है चलो तुम पढ़ाई खत्म कर लो स्क्रीन पे, फिर तुम्हें टीवी देखने देंगे. Again, screen time. Now all of those things have only become bounded in these walls for kids, which is in their growing age is equivalent to a cage. So that has definitely affected their mental health a lot. And moreover, even living with family, sometimes there's not much space also in the house for people. Even like for parents, even for grandparents, if they are living, or any extended family members who are living together in under one roof, kids find as it is difficult adjusting that to 24/7. They sometimes need their own space, especially teenagers. They need their own space, they need their friends, they need their different environment. All of that is gone. So definitely that has affected children a lot.
That's right. Hearing to you makes me feel go back to my own childhood, where we had so many resources. You rightly said, इतना पढ़ लो तो फिर खेलने को जाने को मिलेगा, या फिर ये कर लो तो इतने घर जाने को मिलेगा. We also had the new craze of you're going for movies or going for lunches and dinners with our friends, getting out of the house. So
celebrating birthdays. That is so important. Kids are so excited to distribute chocolates among the class and inviting their friends to their house. All of that, definitely.
All of that, and it's kind of just not there anymore. And इसको सुन के मेरे को एक particular population जिसके बारे में I think I want to elaborate a little bit is parents. So nobody is born a parent, right? People learn about it. लोग सीखते हैं with trial and error and reading books and asking people who are fellow parents in the parenthood and stuff. You eventually develop a pattern, you eventually develop a routine which has how to bring your children and how to take care of the household and work and family and everything. तो एक ऐसे एक अपना रूटीन बना लेते हैं लोग कि अभी ये करना है, अभी स्कूल जाना है, उसके बाद खाना बनना है, टिफिन बनना है, then office जाना है, so on and so forth. And suddenly say now the whole routine has gone. The children are also at home. You have to suddenly adapt to working at home. You have to जो सब कुछ हमने सीखा था, it just kind of evaporated. और अब नई चीजें सीखनी पड़ रही है suddenly से all of us together. So parents के लिए specifically, because the children are also at home and they are also cranky, right? You have to tell them something because you are the adult in the relationship. So you have to tell them what they're going through. उसके ऊपर से, as Seema rightly said, they're going through grief. There is the very strong emotion of grief that they're going through. Work में changes हो रहे हैं. You have to take online meetings and then you have to cook and then you have to take care of your child. So much is happening. And sometimes I feel that this population doesn't know who to turn to. Because जो elderly है वो भी उनको देख रहे हैं. And जो बच्चे हैं वो भी उनको देख रहे हैं. And they themselves are just stuck. They're like, okay, what to do, where to go. So listening to all of this, another population that I think I want to talk about a little bit before we give out resources and how we can deal with this is mental health professionals. Seema, what about you? What do you think? How is the mental health field and the mental health professionals coping with this pandemic? Because itna suddenly say it was a taboo earlier. It was a taboo of what mental health is, and people were like, "हाँ, पागलों का doctor है," and things like that. And now suddenly, like most of them have taken a 180-degree turn, and they have come to, oh no, we should talk to a therapist, and let's see what they're saying and what to do, and how do we deal with this. So suddenly there's become a huge acceptance that has come, which comes with a lot of pressure for mental health professionals as well. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, as you know rightly said, that that stigma is kind of all of a sudden not there anymore, right? People are reaching out and everything like that, because I think so, because sociological factors affected everybody. So there's a huge chunk of people experiencing all these mental health related problems. And another thing I think so that helped was psychoeducation, be it internet, social media, or even the news and media houses, that really help people to understand a little better about their psychological well-being, and how, what makes them happy, and why are they feeling what they're feeling. So all those things definitely help, and that's how the mental health field is coping really well, at least from what I can see and understand. People are getting help, they are getting support, be it in the form of online therapy or support groups, or even mental health professionals. I really want to speak about them, that they also go through a burnout like everybody else who's probably working
Yeah.
in a way at the front line. So same are mental health professionals in some way in this pandemic, so they also go through a burnout. And uh, it's great to reach out to another therapist for yourself, because as even a professional you need some help, you need support, and that's where that peer support can really help you take care of your
Yeah.
needs and demands. So that's one thing I would really say about the current situation. And please reach out to all these resources is what I would like to say to the viewers, because there is so much available online as well as offline. You can find apps and also support groups here as well as on MHT. So if yeah, that's how people can seek help.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
completely agree. You rightly said it is time that people do, reach out and see what is happening. You're not suffering alone.
Yeah,
We are all in this pandemic. We are all in the second wave. We are all going through different things. The entire world is going through something.
yeah,
And it's not fair that you have to, like sit at home and do take it all by yourself and, deal with it on yourself. There are so
yeah.
many resources that are available. There are professionals, Seema said, there are support groups, there are these resources that mostly all mental health professionals are putting out,
Yeah.
like things like meditations and yoga and stuff, which we will be
Yeah.
also talking about later on in depth. So please do reach out. Please do look at what you can help and what can help you. So on this note, Avisha, since we were talking about children and we were talking about their routines and the screen time and all of that, so
Yeah.
what do you think about the whole concept of online teaching and the curriculum that they were going through and the tests and the exams and all of that? So how do you think can children kind of improve this whole online teaching experience that they're going through?
So I think initially kids were very happy because exams were cancelled when pandemic started and everything. So
Yeah.
they were very chilled out. Oh, exams cancelled, and घर पे रहेंगे, मजे करेंगे, ये वो सब. As it progressed, online school also they were very excited, very curious because they were getting to use laptops, computers, tabs, which younger kids might not be allowed to use and everything. And then it moved on to this again a static phase which is still continuing, where now they are so bored of coming, sitting, and learning through the screen. They require that environment again. And there is zero motivation. Like everywhere where I'm seeing in schools, teachers talking, or what whoever comes to me to talk about it, they are just saying ki मैम उठ ही नहीं रहे हैं बच्चे, बैठना ही नहीं है उनको अब लैपटॉप के सामने, टाइम पे ज्वाइन ही नहीं करना है, ज्वाइन करना है तो वीडियो ऑफ रखना है. That means zero etiquette, zero discipline. What school actually gives has gone down. So online teaching, kudos to all the teachers, schools, and how they modified the curriculum and adapted to the situation so quickly. I'm sure it was so difficult for the people on this side of the screen to actually convey through, and especially teachers who were elder, or who have been teaching only through certain methods in such a long time, them adapting to technology and everything. So kudos to them, like amazing job. And it was not like, I also being one of the members from this side, I know that it was not a easy task to do it, convey things through online. But I feel teachers, and especially special educators, counselors in schools, can conduct a lot of life skill classes, a lot of social emotional learning that can help children adapt to these difficult circumstances. There are lots of activities available, lots of resources available, and MHT is conducting such kind of workshops for schools. So please reach out to MHT also. We have lots of resources for you all. If you wish to, if you wish us to conduct for your kids, lots of activity based learning about how to adapt to the situation, how to motivate themselves, how to seek support from parents, from teachers, from friends, even sitting at home, and motivate yourself to uh, basically attend online schooling. So yes, that's one thing that I would recommend schools doing. And teachers also, be sensitive. It's all right if kids sometimes don't want to switch on their cameras. Yes, there are supposed to be ground rules for class, and maintain those, but reach out to students who are probably showing some kind of behavioral changes, emotional changes. Reach out to them, or refer them to counselors. Let counselors reach out to them. Be sensitive about the environment that's going on. Not everyone will have a nice setup to sit in, or not everyone will have a noise free environment around them. There will be a lot of distractions at home. So that's what I would tell educators, counselors, to improve this online teaching experience, because it's not going to go away anytime soon. As of now, it's not safe yet. So it's better if we adapt to this in a way that it's healthy for both the parties towards the screen.
That's true. That's true. You've so rightly said these things, that it was difficult for teachers as well as students. They had
Yes,
to also
yes,
adapt suddenly to come online and start teaching something.
yes.
Imagine our school teachers, and it was just like a pattern that they had, and suddenly everything goes online. So of course it's difficult for everybody.
Yeah,
So thank you for mentioning the MHT resources that we have. So if anybody is, again, a little bit about, if anybody is looking out to conduct, or let's say, a mental health related session with their children in school, or have a group of children who you want us to interact with, please do let us know. You can write it in the comments below, or send an email to us, and we will reach out to you and we can work something out.
yeah,
So on that note, I want to talk a little bit about this whole world of online work, and like
yeah,
how adapting to online meetings and online classes, and doing the whole, let's say, technical advancement that we are all going through. So a little bit about that is that it was especially very difficult for me to immediately switch all my sessions online, because therapy is such an intimate like a bubble that you build around yourself and your clients, and you're talking, and it's a safe space, and suddenly that went online. So it was very difficult, and I also had a lot of clients complaining about the privacy online, because we know that like a lot of these tech giants are listening to us, and we don't know how, what we say, how safe it is, what we put out, what is the safety thing like. So it was a very difficult time suddenly to just adapt to everything online. So for that, like what I did personally was to do a couple of, like tricks that kind of helped me. So I'll share those a little bit, might help. So the first was, of course, to build a routine, because, and, segregate times. Because we were at home, I don't know what happened, like the work hours did not end at 6. They went on till, like 2 and 3 in the morning, and then suddenly in the morning you get up and was again. It didn't end, because also we weren't going out anywhere, we aren't doing anything. So it was all just work. And the timelines didn't exist anymore. There were no work hours. It's just wake up and work and then go to sleep. So it was very difficult, but yes, create a routine, like from, let's say, 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, whatever that time is. and have a designated lunch hour. Because so many times you wake up at 5 and you're like, oh, bhook lagi hai. Why? Because you skipped lunch. You didn't really realize about it. So have a routine, have a proper routine, have a proper workspace. How many times have you taken meetings from bed? Because that's about what it is. So, like have a proper workspace. Have this one designated area that, okay, this is where I'm going to sit and work. And if I'm in this place, that's my workplace. So we can also tell this to our children and, our people around us, that if you're in this space, this is our workspace. Please don't interfere. We might be in a meeting, or we might be doing something. So having little bit of boundary in this place is something that I've seen that helped. That from the whole, like the noise all around. So if I'm here in my workspace, then I know that people around me will be a little cautious, like a little slow, a little quieter in doing what they're doing. So of course, having one space there. Second was to always, like inform and communicate to people around me, yeah, be it in meetings or be it there. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. If agar city baj rahi hai or meeting chal rahi hai, it's nothing to be embarrassed, right? If you're at home, things are going to happen. So always inform, communicate with people around you. There's nothing to hide anymore. You are literally showing your home to the world. So it's time to talk about what we're going through, inform people what is happening, and then you'd be surprised that they're also going through the same thing. It will always be there. So that was one. And another thing that I always used to do was practice. So I used to literally, sit in one place and make other people kind of walk around very slowly and, practice the whole situation out. And I used to do the same when people around me were working. So we practiced, we did things, we had a routine, and it has now come out to a routine. Now it's easy for me that the moment the alarm rings at 5 o'clock, you move out, and that's it. Your work is done for the day. And then you go back next, just like the normal days. So these are a couple of things that I do. Please do let me know in the comments if there's anything else that you do to make work at home or online work a little easier. And maybe we can talk about it in depth in the next session. So we've spoken about children, we've spoken about coping with work. So I just want to know, let's talk about a little bit about all the populations that are there and how we all can cope from what we are going through. So Seema, do you want to tell us a little bit about how, let's say, the elderly population can cope with what is happening around us?
Oh, yeah, so I mean, yeah, the elderly population also, as we haven't specifically talked about, they also are going through their own experiences. One of my uh, grandfather was surprised, like, why is everybody spending so much time with me now? So that was his response to the pandemic. So they are having different kind of transitions, and yeah, again, they should reach out for help, because it could be, a mix of so many reasons at that stage, at that age, physical as well as, of course, mental health related, brain related. So the best way to help them would actually, reaching out to a professional for that. And in terms of self-help resources, because now we are living in a digital age, and there are so many digital resources even for the elderly. And even uh, there are two apps that mental health today would also share with their viewers at MHT. Is There's one app on Happy Chant, which is an app based on chanting, and again, you can find the details about it in this post, which again, a lot of elderly population in India, I can't say this for all, but I can say for some that the elderly or the people at that age would be chanting. And again, this is an app that can be best for them, because there are many kind of chants, hums, and shlokas that people can discover. And they're uh, so again, chanting can help with something like that in that population, as well as mindfulness, which is also offered by Eka meditation app. Yoga and mindfulness is something that helps all people of all age groups, but of course, the elderlies who are into yoga and meditation can check out this app and see if that can help them with their mental health related issues. If they're experiencing anxiety or sleep related issues, there are so many yoga resources, meditation resources that can help them. And yeah, I would like to say, like, the main thing is that if there is something that you consider that you should, like if it is considered to you, you should reach out for help or ask for help. That'll be best.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I think
Like
I would like to add something over here.
Yeah,
I feel a lot of people have also told me that elderly aren't able to accept कोविड जैसा कुछ है ही नहीं, मतलब
yeah,
ये
that's
क्या
also
है, हमने तो हमारे जमाने में ये देखा था, that way. And they are very strong actually, because they are fearless. They aren't accepting this reality, which is uh, in actuality biologically not so healthy for them, because
yeah,
they might get affected, and as it is, if they are at an age where it's more dangerous for them. But I feel we can learn from them also, of being this strong from within, as to ठीक है, we can मतलब कर लेंगे जो भी आएगा, we'll face it basically.
right.
So that's also something I laugh when some grandparents, my friends' grandparents, my grandparents have told this to me, and it's a very sweet thing that how they are also telling their own stories, and being like nahi nahi ho jayega, chalo hum hai, like we'll get through this. It's like that. So I feel they are one of the biggest supports also for our parents and adults and us also.
that's
Right.
true.
That's
That's true.
true.
Like just listening to this makes me realize that it's time that we actually kind of learn from them. I think we should actually learn from them and see what they have been through. They have so much experience. If we
Yeah.
talk about elderly, we have so much to learn from them. So,
Yes.
I'm going to go reach out to my grandparents today. I hope that somebody else might also, and you can also let us know in the comments how did that go,
Yeah.
what how the experience was.
That's
So,
great.
how rightly Seema said that there are these apps that we have on our portal that you can help with. So there's Happy Chant, there's Eka Meditation. There's another one called Mild and Clove that works towards journaling and, again, mindfulness and the like of that. So journalism is a tool that's really helpful because there is so much going on in our mind. There's like a whole humble jumble happening. There's so many knots, there's so many feelings, there's so many emotions. And
Yeah.
as we said, your work, your home, your family, your friends, everything, so much grief. So journaling is something that always helps. Just writing down what you're feeling, what you're going through, how it will help, what are the outcomes that you can go through, how you can practice it. So writing sometimes is seen, it's very therapeutic. There are multiple researches on it. So adults, children, even elderly for that matter, can do something on journaling. So there are apps. We're in a digital world again. So there are apps that can help. There is Mind Alcove that can help. You can look at the link down below. If not, you can also just take a piece of paper and write. Just write about what you're feeling.
Yeah.
It helps. So that's
Yeah.
there. And anything related specifically to children, Havisha? How can children cope? Anything specific you want to say for that age group?
For kids, I think it's best if parents and elders around them include them in whatever they are doing. So if they are practicing meditation, if they are practicing yoga, if they are practicing journaling, if they are practicing mindfulness, they can also include kids in that. Kids
Right.
for themselves might not be able to do those things on their own as of now, but parents might include them, teachers might suggest these things to kids, and allow kids to have their friendly meetings, celebrate birthday parties online with their friends, and have some game time, but of course a little game time given how much screen time there's going on. But yes, so those are the things that kids can also do. I think MHT store also has lots of wonderful products for kids, which parents can go through, that journaling for kids, a
Yeah.
mindfulness kit for kids. We have so many games for kids that they can buy from MHT store. So I think those are wonderful products that uh, will help kids in such difficult times.
Yeah. Little bit talk about what MHT also has to offer. So Seema, you
Yeah.
want to tell us a little bit in depth about what is there on MHT store and how it can help?
Yeah, as Havisha said, I would like to, also mention about MHT store, and there are products for children and their development, as Havisha rightly told, and there are also resources for adults and teenagers and even the elderly. So you can find resources related to anxiety, to brain development, mindfulness for children, and there are lots of journals also to explore. So definitely reach out. Mental health professionals can also associate with us. We are a platform that helps promoting mental awareness in collaboration with professionals. So it'll be great to associate with you. Again, the details of the same would be shared in this post. And these are some of the ways that MHT is really helping out in the field of mental health.
Okay. And a little bit, we have a very cool feature that we have recently launched, which is the support group for mental
Right.
health
Yeah.
today. So, Havisha, you want to tell us a little bit about the support group?
Sure. So support group's intention is to basically support everyone right now, including ourselves, facilitators and everyone, to come together and just share what we are going through, to learn from each other, and to not feel alone. Right now, because there are so many, as Seema has mentioned, that sociological factors are affecting us. It's
Yeah.
difficult to feel that connect. We wish to build that connect among that support group, that you are feeling belonged, you are feeling empathized, and you are feeling, I would say again, emphasized on belongingness, because right now there might be feelings that, okay, I'm facing this alone, and I don't have anyone to speak to. Please reach out to us, please register for a support group. And we are just here to share our learnings from whatever we are going through in the circumstances, and share our feelings without any judgment, without any bias or anything at all. It's just a free space for us to come, talk, connect, and take away something very beautiful from each other.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, the details will be mentioned. Fill the support group form, and we'll be happy to conduct one. Even mental health professionals who are associating with us can always, initiate facilitating such support groups. We'll be very happy to, give that opportunity, and learn from each other. Basically, that's the whole idea.
That's right. Thank you. So, like just we're almost at the end of the whole channel
Yes.
discussion panel that we were going through. So, just a little bit summarize, we have a lot of resources. Mental health today, we have been working tirelessly on creating resources that can help you, like building a store, building a app portal, building support group. We have multiple blogs, webinars, such like this. We have podcasts for people who like to listen. So we are trying our best to get out as many resources as possible in these difficult times. Please do go check out the website. Share this website with, if anybody who might be struggling. Share it with them. Share it with your parents. Share it with the elderly. Look at what products are there for different age groups. We have resources for many different mental health related conditions. So, and also we are also, as Visha said, we are always up for more collaborations. So if you know anybody who'd like to associate with us, or if you yourself would like to associate with us, talk to us about something, write a blog, come and do a webinar with us, share your expertise, please do let us know. Reach out to us. You can meet us at support@mentalhealthtoday.co.in, or just mention it in the comment below and we will reach out to you. So, looking forward to hearing from all of you. And thank you so much, Seema and Havisha, for taking our time and coming and talking to us, and just sharing a little bit of what is happening around us.
Thank you for
Yeah.
hosting this. It was lovely, I guess. It went great.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you
thank
so
you so
much,
much.
everyone.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and see you next time. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.